The next type of word problems we'll consider have to do with area and length problems. So the idea of these are just that it's really common in word problems to use geometry to help solve algebra problems. So this can mean formulas for perimeter, area, similar triangles, the Pythagorean theorem. There's lots of things in geometry that we know like that can help us solve these math problems. So let's look at a couple of examples. The frame for a picture has a perimeter of 70 inches. And we know that the length of the frame is 5 more than twice the width. What are the dimensions? So for this, I'm going to draw a picture. We have a rectangle, picture frame. It's not perfect, but that's okay. We need to know two things, the length and the width. I'm going to call the width W, and the length L. Well, what I know is that the length of the frame is 5 more than twice the width. So the length is 5, more than means plus, twice means times 2, the width. I also know the perimeter is 70 inches, so I'm going to be using the formula for perimeter. And the formula for perimeter of a rectangle says 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So now we can start filling in the information that we know. We know the perimeter is 70, and we know the length is 5 plus 2w. We can then distribute on the right-hand side to get rid of our parentheses. That gives us 70 is equal to 10 plus 4w, and then plus that 2w. We can then combine like terms. And that gives us that 70 is equal to 10 plus 6w. We then subtract 10 from both sides. And that gives us that 60 is equal to 6w. Dividing both sides by 6 gives us that 10 is equal to w. So we know that the width is equal to 10. However, that's only one of the dimensions. We actually want both dimensions, so we need to know the length as well. We know the length is 5 plus 2 times the width, and we know the width is 10. So we have the length is 25. So the dimensions of this frame is 10 by 25 inches. Let's look at another example. The second angle of a triangle is double the first. And the third angle is 40 less than the first. Find the three angles. So let's start with a triangle. Doesn't really matter what it looks like. It's not going to be drawn to scale since I really have no idea what these angles are at this point. We know the second angle is double the first. So if I call the first angle x, the second one would be double that, or 2x. The third angle is 40 less than the first, so the first was x, so the third would be x minus 40. And for this, we need the key that in geometry, if we add up all of the angles of a triangle, it should be equal to 180 degrees. So we have 180 is equal to x, the first angle, plus 2x, the second angle, plus x minus 40, the third angle. We can combine like terms. In particular, on the right-hand side, I have an x, a 2x, and an x. So that gives us that 180 is equal to 4x minus 40. I can add 40 to both sides. And that gives me 220 is equal to 4x. Dividing by 4 gives us that 55 is equal to x. So at this point, what we know is that angle 1 is equal to 55 degrees. We know the second angle is double the first, so 2 times 55, or 110 degrees. And then finally, the third one was 40 less than the first. It was x minus 40. So 55 minus 40, which gives us that angle 3 is equal to 15 degrees.